Hello, hello, and welcome back, everybody, to Town to City, the early access new city builder on Steam that we're playing together for the first time. Let's continue on and continue developing our town into a city. So in our last episode, we managed to build enough of the city and develop things out to where we could upgrade to a hamlet. And now we have new access to new research all the way down here. We've got some, looks like a new mission over here where somebody wants to talk to us, and I'm excited to see what else we can do. So let's go ahead and find out what these people want. Mayor, could I talk to you for a moment? Sure, go right ahead. We're all excited about the potential for our town to grow into a prosperous city. Hey, you and me both.
Oh.
Everything's going swell, though some of the new arrivals are experiencing issues. Uh-oh. I suggest building yourself a house first. One with a big mailbox. Ooh, a house? I think that's a great idea. All right. A mayor's home. Yes, please. What does this thing look like? Oh, that's cool. So where do we want to put that? The mayor's home. I think I'd like to be close to the lake. What about this spot right here? Could be nice. All right, where's the front door? So that's the front door. So we could put it like that so as people come in, they would see it, or we could put it like that to where it's facing there, or we could put it this way so it's actually facing into the town. Kind of angle it a little bit so that we have a lakefront view. That'd be kind of nice. All right, I think we're gonna put it in like this. Yeah, and then we can decorate the front yard, something like that. We might need to move it around a little bit because we don't have a lot of space here next to the road curb. So I might have to pick up the move button and see what else we can do. All right, we got a house. I'm just gonna pause the game for a second. Okay, I built the house. I need to decorate it. Your house looks great if you say so. And there's gonna be requests coming in soon. Okay, so there's no time limit on the request. That's nice to know. And apparently they're gonna ask me to do different things. So before I do the request, let me get this house installed and decorated so we can have some fun. What? Oh, this is the request, I guess. When I moved here, I didn't realize I would have to survive without my favorite tailor. I'm fearing getting desperately out of fashion. Clothing boutique, they want. All right, with red clothes. All right, well, we'll get to that in a second. They want me to build a new boutique to sell clothing, and they want all the clothes to be red. Well, we'll deal with that in a second. Let's get this all put in and decorated. I think for the mayor's house, one of the things I want to do is have a little patio space here. And eventually, as I get more decorations, I want to kind of turn it into like a fire pit or something. That'd be kind of fun. All right, we got our mayor's house put in, and I think it's looking pretty sharp considering what decorations I have to work with for now. And we're definitely going to be coming back and revisiting this as we unlock more stuff. We've got ourselves a little patio over here that we made, and I think once we get more decorations, that's going to be easier to put in there. I want to see if I can get a fire pit to put in there. That'd be kind of fun. We got some flowers put on the house, got some lamps put on. I made a little walkway with a yellow garden over here for now until kind of to fill up space until we have more options later once we've unlocked more decorations. But for now, we've got our mayor's house, and I think it's looking pretty good. What do you think? If you like it, let me know. I'd really appreciate it, by the way, if you guys would put a comment down below with a suggestion for a name for our town. It is called Bellevue or Bellevue or however it's pronounced right now, but now that we have a mayor's house, I really feel like our town needs an official name. So go ahead, put a comment down below, and while you're there, hit the subscribe button, maybe even drop a like, and we'll continue on here. All right, so they want me to research a clothing store. That should not be a problem. We got 400 research points. In fact, we're maxed out right now, so we're gonna go ahead and research that. And then they said they wanted me to set the clothing color to red, so we might as well research that while we're at it too. Which means that I need to, now that we've used some of our research points, I'm gonna have to go put some people back into the research center, but for now, we're gonna leave it at that. I think I wanna unlock this thing right here, the park decorations, and we'll see what we can do with those because I need some more decoration options. All right, so we need to put in this clothing store, and I think over here is kind of an area where we could do it. We can drag a road off of here and connect these two together and kind of put it in this spot here because we've already got this little circle here with more shops that we put in earlier to try to meet the demand. The warehouse is maxed out, unfortunately, so that means we're gonna have to do something to make sure that these guys can get the goods that they need. And I haven't quite figured out how I want to handle it yet, but I did notice in the research there's bigger warehouses, so maybe that's the route to go. But we're gonna put in this apparel store, which it's just not gonna reach these guys over here no matter what we do. So we're just gonna have to put it over here and just call it good. How big is it? I think it'll fit in here pretty well. So let me go ahead and get some stuff put together and we'll get this slapped in. All right, we've got our apparel shop put in and it looks like people are already coming and going. Now we were supposed to set the color to red. I'm not really sure how to do that. How do we do that? Townsfolk clothing, set the color for clothing. Okay. Oh, look, here we go, red. Perfect. My friends will be jealous of this dress. 1,000 thanks, Mayor. Oh, you're so happy. All right. You still look the same to me. You look stunning. Of course you look stunning. Aren't you handing out the compliments today? Well, that's me. Ooh, I got paid for that. Okay, cool. So quest completed. Beautiful. Now I have max research once again. So let's research some stuff. We have a fountain of seasons. That would be kind of cool. 400. We got a butcher, second floor housing. Oh, okay. Ability to, nice. All right. So we've got 400 research points here. And I think I'm going to go for the bigger warehouse because we're already having trouble getting stuff to our shops and we need to upgrade things. And while we're at it, let's get a shoemaker. So these shops down here still can't get the materials that they need, and I don't know if I need to just move the warehouse closer or build a bigger warehouse, but I think we're gonna build a bigger warehouse. So let's take this one down and do something a little bit larger and more impressive. All right, so it looks like we've got our warehouse all installed and decorated. I put some flowers and trees and walls and things around it, and I'm liking the look of it so far. We're definitely gonna come back and do more with this area later, but I just needed to get a warehouse put in to solve my supplies problems that we were having over here at the shop. And it looks like I have. These guys all have all of the materials they need to make everybody happy. Over here, I've got people who wanna move in, and that means we're gonna need to build more houses. I've also got more requests from the mayor's house, so let's see what they want me to do here. Oh, you got a splinter from a bench and it hurt really bad. Okay, maybe some of the wooden benches are wearing down, they say. making children cry. Well, we can't have that. Replace 5 wooden benches with new steel benches. Oh, nice. So we're getting a new double metal bench, a new decoration piece. Okay. I'm not even sure where we have benches, so I'm gonna have to look around a little bit. I know I put some over here at the mayor's house. Yeah, there's 2 benches here, but do the new benches fit? Double metal bench. They don't really fit here, so we're not gonna replace those. Let me look around and see if I can remember where I had other benches. All right, there's benches around the well here, so I guess we can get rid of those. Though these things are bigger, so I don't know how it's gonna fit with our decoration, but we'll try here. All right, 1 of 5. All right, let's do the rest. All right, so I discovered you don't actually have to replace the benches. You can just put new ones in, and I stuck some benches around these shops, and that seems to have finished it. So, you guys happy? Nicely done putting up those benches. That'll prevent children definitely not getting hurt. Okay, well that's what it's all about. And I got paid 100, which is kind of silly because I'm at max money right now. So back to what we were talking about, houses. We've got this little commercial center put in here, so it'd be a shame to let that go to waste. So let's build a housing neighborhood in this section over here and get some more people moving into our town. I feel like I kind of need to bring this main thoroughfare up into town. We've been kind of branching off with these little roads, and I want to make sure, I don't know if in the future, like the size of the road really makes that much of a difference with how the city responds and behaves, but we're gonna try and see what happens here. So we're just gonna make a nice right-angled road here, and we're gonna bring it up and add a few more places to build our city. All right, so we got a new little neighborhood put in with 6 more houses. I did get to explore some of the new decoration tools, which is kind of fun. I got these park decorations, so I've got some picnic benches I put in just to make the area around the shopping stall more approachable, and filled in some of this empty space with some nice decoration. And then over here, I built a little tiny park with a sand pit and a slide and some different things for kids to do, and connected these 2 roads with walking paths as well. One of the cool things I discovered is that you can put benches on top of houses, and so I use that in the decorations up here, doing some different things with giving people places to sit and enjoy their wonderful view of the amazing city that is yet to be named. I need some suggestions. So next, let's grab some people and put them in. These guys want a house near water. I don't have a house near water. However, can I? Yeah, I've got this button here, move family to another house. So if I click on them, them and I move them over here to one of these houses, is this house close enough to the water? It is. I can actually put that family in there. Now these guys don't care. They just want to move into a place. And that immediately has set up more demand. So let's drop some more citizens in, get them to work. Feel like some kind of Soviet commissar here, but that's okay. And looky, we've got another request. Let's check it out. I don't want to play hide and seek. Don't you like it anymore? Why would you like it? Why wouldn't you like it? There's pretty flowers everywhere. What are you talking about? Hide bushes with, okay. Oh, I just received the flowery bush. That's gonna be fun. You can set an area in which to complete the request. Click the Set Quest Area button and put it on a location on the map. You can always move it again if you change your mind. Huh? So I guess I'm gonna have to install some of these pretty, oh, I see. So I've got an area where I can do the flowery bushes. Where do I wanna do flowery bushes? Well, this area here is due for some love. So let's just surround this whole area here. Bam. Plant flowery bushes and plant other bushes. I can do that, but first we're gonna need a little walking path. Let's take a free form and we're just gonna make a little swirling path that goes back and forth across this area over here. And then we're gonna grab, there's our little flowering bush. We're gonna randomize it, I think. And I think we're just gonna turn this into a flowery bush walking path. And then we'll toss some trees in here. And this is like an easy decoration fix when you've got an empty spot. And I can always come back and remove this if I want to. I gotta put some regular bushes in too. So let's get some big bushes. Which one do I like? I kind of like these, and we'll just put those in there and we'll bush it up. Nice. And then, just for kicks and giggles, we're gonna take this big hedge arch and we're gonna drop it right here. Nope, big one's too big. How about the small one? We'll go with small. What color do you want? Let's do a mixed color one. And we'll make this a nice little walking garden. And that will complete the challenge. Hide and seek smells great now. Well, I'm glad. I'm happy for you. You want to play? Good. Some people simply like flowers. Go and play. Go on and play, little ones. Yeah, go on and play. And I got more money, which I don't need. Okay, we've got some more research we can do. Now this one is interesting. Second floor housing, the ability to add a second floor to residences. So that means I guess I can take some of these houses and increase the population without having to put more houses in. That could be interesting. Oh, here it's gonna tell me about it, okay. Oh, nice. That's a cool thing. Click here to start upgrading the size of residences, right there. Okay, don't know that I necessarily wanna do that right away until I've had time to think about it. Well, we do have our shoemaker, which we can add in, which would make, so maybe we could put the shoemaker in behind this apparel shop and get that dropped in and decorated. What does this place look like? Cool, let's decorate it up. All right, we got the shoemaker kind of decorated in. I was a little annoyed that I'm not able to put stuff here. So I got to remember that in the future, that it would probably be a good idea to keep these structures back off the main roads a little bit and use my sidewalk technique just because it gives you more space available to actually put stuff. That would have been nice, but it's in. So while I was building the cobbler, I did get some more research pulled together and it looks like we can now unlock a butcher. So let's go ahead and do that. And I think that's going to be a nice addition to our towns. Maybe we can put one of those in. All right, so what does this butcher look like? That is a fairly substantial building, and I don't know that it's really gonna do a lot of good if we put it over here, because it doesn't seem to reach very far over into town. They've got a lot of stuff here. What if we put the butcher on this side of town and also added a nice neighborhood that runs up this hill towards the research center? Yeah, I like the idea of that. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so I'm just kind of eyeballing this neighborhood in over here that I'm going to build. I pulled the main road up the hill and I curved it around. I might move this. I'm not quite fixated on that thing yet. But what I'm thinking with this little pond right here, it'd be really cool to have a group of houses that back up to the pond so that their backyards come down to the waterfront. We can turn that into something really pretty. And those buildings, I think it would be nice if we turn those into multi-store apartment style buildings with our upgrades that we're able to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these houses. They don't need a huge backyard because I don't want to use up all my space, but it's just something like that. We can drop houses in a little bit spread out just to give them more space. But the idea being that we're going to put 3 or 4 families in each house because we're going to make these multi-story, and they're all going to back up to the waterfront, and they're going to have lots of nice gardens and flowers and trees and all kinds of things. And this is going to turn into like maybe a very wealthy area, because I don't know if later on we have to put luxury goods in, but this could be a nice little like luxury development. So let me continue on with all of this and we'll see how we go. Okay, so we've got all these houses put in and connected. So now I'm gonna go down here to this additional floor button and I'm gonna pop all of these up and see what that looks like. Yeah, I like that. I think that's gonna be really good for our town. And so basically by putting in what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we actually just put in like 16 because I think we can put multiple families in these houses. So let's get these things decorated up and get them ready for people to move in. Oh, look what I just discovered. You can put lily pads with flowers in the water. That's gonna be very, very cool. I wonder what else you can do. I'm gonna have to explore this further. All right, this just made things more fun. So what do you think of our nice little high-rise, higher density, circular area around the pond? I really like it. One of the things that I discovered as I was doing this is you can use the dirt path to kind of make what looks like a landscape mulched area around trees, and I think that's a nice little touch that's that I added to things. There's going to be a lot more of this kind of stuff that I'm going to discover as we keep playing, but you can see here where I think it just kind of pulls things together a little bit when you use the ring around the trees. We've got lots of flowers, we got lots of trees, we got lots of space, we got little paths that go to the lake. I love these lily pads that I discovered that you can drop in. I found that if you use the flowers, you get flowering lily pads, and then if you just use the regular potted planters that just have the bushes in them, which are like these things here, that I'll show you. These right here, they give you just a green lily pad without any extra detail on it. Got some benches put around, got some fences put in, and I think this turned out really, really good, and I'm super, super happy with it. So the only problem with this neat little development that we just put in is that it doesn't have access to any amenities. All of our shops are over here or way over here on the other side of town. So we're gonna have to put some stuff in, but that's not a big deal because as we were building, I gathered a lot of research points and I now have the ability to unlock the optician maybe, or tastier meats. I'm not sure. What is this? 5 extra happiness and increased desirability. high range, small workforce, average production capacity. I like high range. That's going to be good. So let's get that researched. And if we wait a little while, we'll have enough points to get the next thing. So let's build something with the optician here and maybe put in some more of those little stalls. Where do I want to do this? We've already got the noisy research structure over here. So maybe it makes sense to try to put in some more shops in this area just to keep all of that kind of contained in one spot. So how big is this place? It's not that large, so I think we could pretty much just pop it in wherever we want. I'm inclined to go here. All right, so we're gonna grab that and just drag that out. Pop some people in here. And we need more people to work in our area. All right, so let me get this decorated and then we'll bring a few people in. I think since it's just a business, we're just gonna go with just some basic bush decorations, I think might be the way to go. Something like that, and maybe we'll drop a tree or two in. That's too big. I can put a tree on the side like that. Put some lights in. And can we do any flowers anywhere? Yeah, we can put like a garland up there. That'll be nice. This looks like a face, which is I think what it's supposed to do. There we go. And then maybe a little planter, a couple of planters out front. That's in, but we still need to do a bunch of these little food stalls so that people have access to things to eat. And I don't know which direction the town is going to go in, but this area here is going to get filled in with stuff eventually. So maybe if we put the stalls in here, that'll give them access to what they need. What if I just had the stalls come off of the front of this road that goes to the research center? Would that be all right? Might be a good use of real estate. Can we fit another one in there, or do we have to move the tree out of the way? There we go. Got some shopping up there for them. And I think we're ready to put people in so we can actually put workers in those shops because they're definitely gonna need it. So they want a place with lots of neighbors. Well, you got space right there. You wanna be near water? Well, do we have a place for you? Look at that. All right, now that we got some more people in town, let's get the demand taken care of. Oh, they are gonna need a warehouse. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, we'll do that, don't worry. We need another warehouse, and I'm inclined to just put one down here and hope that that's actually close enough. All right, so I think I finally got it sorted out. I put in a larger warehouse over here, and these guys are all getting service now with what they need. But I did discover that if you click on a warehouse and you come down to this gear button, you can actually decide which buildings are being serviced by the warehouse. And so like, for example, this guy is servicing all of these here, but if I wanted him to also service this building, I could click on that one, and I've added him to the workload of that warehouse. And so I can now add a worker to that warehouse, and he's going to service that place. And this one doesn't need this worker anymore because I just took away one of the places that they have to service. So you can manually set that up, which is really nice to know. And I finally got that all sorted out. We've almost got everybody moved into this place over here, and I think that might be the last couple of families. And so we've got our big development put in here. Let's get these warehouses decorated up so they're not just an eyesore on the city, and decide what we want to do next. So I didn't know this was a thing, but I just discovered that if you click on bushes, you can make butterflies come out of them. Wasn't expecting that. This game's kind of cool. I like it. All right, warehouses have been installed and decorated, and I can do more research. Let's go ahead and grab the Fountain of Seasons because we need a fountain. Where are we going to put it? I don't know. We'll figure that out. All right, so I've got some things moved out of the way, and the reason I've done this is because I have decided that this fountain needs to have its own centerpiece of glory. And I have this idea of building in a road that is a curved ring that is going to have other concentric rings inside of it. And it's going to allow me to put the fountain in and make like a plaza everywhere that as we unlock more stuff, we're going to be able to decorate. But it also is going to allow me to move these stalls over to this side of the city because I don't really like that I just kind of slapped them in here. I feel like it's kind of lazy that I did that. It's not very good planning, and I think this space could be used for something else. On top of that, they're just too close to this shopping district over here. solar, which I still haven't completed and I need to get on. So let me see if I can figure out a way to fit this fountain in with a ring of roads around it so that we can also decorate it in with other entertainment and shopping venues to make a really neat luxury plaza so that as our city improves, we have that at our disposal ready to use. So give me a second to think about this and I'll see what I can do. All right, so we got the fountain put in. I hope I got my circle drawn well enough. It's really hard to freehand shapes in this game. I'm just not that good of an artist, and I feel like I did my best. So cheers for that, right? Let's start moving these things over and get this place put in. And I don't think I'm gonna be able to do a ton to this just because I don't have the decoration stuff unlocked yet, but I think it's gonna be okay to just kind of leave it for now, and we'll see how it goes. All right, we got our plaza built. I think it turned out okay for now. There's a lot of space here that we can use to decorate as we unlock more things, and I really wish I had more decorations, but I worked with what I had. I kind of like this system here where I covered the whole area in plaza tiles, but then I just used the eraser brush to put one simple circle at the base of the tree, which I then filled with dirt, and I can plant flowers around it, which gives a nice feel for those trees and kind of breaks things up. I wish I had bigger flower planters, but I just went with like a row of these in the back just to give a more concrete, solid feel to the curve because the road is not great. I'm not very good at drawing with a mouse, but I did my best. That moves the shopping area from here in this area here and gets it away from these over here. So I think we're a little more spread out with our shopping. I'm a little concerned about these houses over here not getting all of the things that they need, but our happiness is at 100%, so it's fine for now. As I was building, I got more research points, and we now have tastier meats that we can unlock. So with our butcher shop unlocked, I should be able to drop that in somewhere, and I have to decide where that's gonna go. I don't think I can fit it into this area here unless I get rid of this road along the cliff face, which I don't really want to do because it doesn't really fit there. I don't want to put it in this plaza because the plaza was designed to be more of an entertainment hub. So I'm wondering if maybe the butcher will just go over here and we can fill this in with some nice decorations and have a food shop, a major food shop over here. So maybe I can just plunk this in somewhere. Is there any way I can get rid of that rock? I don't think so. Gonna have to build around that. So let's see here. There we go. All right, we got a butcher shop put in. That'll be nice. So research-wise, we've got everything we need. So what do I need to unlock the next thing? I need 120 townsfolk with at least 60%. Well, that won't take us long at all because we're at 117. So all we have to do is either put some more houses in or we just have to upgrade some houses into apartments. And I like the idea of upgrading some houses because I don't really want to do a lot more expansion until we've got more decorations to work with. And I think when we unlock the next part of the city, we're gonna be able to put some more cool stuff in. So what about these 3 houses over here? What if we made these into double-decker houses? And we'll give them some more decorations because now we've got more windows and stuff to deal with. All right. So that'll work, and now we can move these guys in. And does that get us up to where we need to be? 120, and we have 100% happiness, so we are good to go. I can upgrade my city. So it's time for us to upgrade this town that still doesn't have a name. Please leave me a comment, give me a name to work with, and we're gonna see what we get. We've reached stage 3. Leisure is now unlocked and our research menu has expanded. So this is going to be fun. What do we got in the research menu? All right, what do we got? We got new research equipment. So we can expand the maximum number of research points. That's going to be really nice. Oh, look at this, a puppet theater, a street organ. Oh, we got like a carnival, a ball throw. Nice. Oh, I can finally get rid of rocks where I put that barber or that butcher's in. That was really nice. Plaza decorations, a city hall, upgrade roads. Okay, so everything here is about to get awesome. And this stuff right here on the top row, that has me excited because baby, right over here, we are going to turn this into an amazing entertainment plaza with a ritzy leisure and luxury area here in the back. I just realized that road looks kind of stupid. We'll fix that later. But I think that is all we're going to have time for today. We did some expansion. We got 2-tiered houses. We've got this cool plaza, but our city still does not have a name. Please, please, please leave some comments down below giving me some suggestions for what we could call this city, because we're going to keep pushing it and we're going to keep building until we cover this entire map and we max everything out. And I'm super excited to see what we can come up with. But that's all we got time for today. So until next time, I'll catch y'all later.